In today's heart-pounding exploration, we're delving into the darkest corners of the world, where danger lurks and fear takes hold. Brace yourselves for a chilling countdown as we unveil these places will kill you. Prepare for a hair-raising adventure. Anacondas. This place is not good for swimming. It's the Amazon basin, and there are a lot of big snakes, especially giant anacondas. If you're thinking about going into the water, you need to be really careful. These anacondas are not friendly. They're big and strong. There's also a strange thing called an anaconda breeding ball, where several male snakes wrap around a female snake. It's creepy. It's better to stay on land and watch these snakes on your phone instead of getting too close to them. Hundreds of alligators. Lots of alligators are in wetland Georgia. It's an exciting place, but you need to be careful. Some people saw a lot of alligators having a party in the river, but you shouldn't join them because these alligators are like the unofficial hosts of the swamp, and they're not very friendly. They are everywhere, and they don't mind showing that they own the place. It's not a good idea to get too close to them or invade their space because they can get angry easily. If you're planning to visit the park, it's better to watch the alligators from a distance. You can take pictures if you want, but don't get too comfortable. It's safer that way, or you might end up as an alligator snack. So, be careful and enjoy the wildlife from a safe spot. Sea snakes. Sea snakes are like ninja snakes in the Indian and Pacific Oceans. They move quietly underwater while you're swimming. If you see one, don't be fooled by their relaxed appearance. These snakes can make you very sick with their venom. They're not only dangerous but also impressive, with flat bodies and tails shaped like paddles, making them fast swimmers. If you're near a sea snake, it's better to stay far away from them. Manatees infested water. Have you ever been to Blue Spring State Park in Florida? It's like a paradise for manatees there. The St. Johns River in that area is full of manatees, especially during the winter. These guys swim to the park because the water is warm and comfortable, a perfect place for them on chilly winter days. The water is clear, and there's plenty of tasty plants for them to eat. But be careful. Manatees can get upset if they feel threatened. So, my advice is to watch them from a safe distance. Enjoy the show, but stay safe. Crocs Lake. In Indonesia, there's a lake called Crocs Lake. It's deep inside the country. This lake is home to a group of big crocodiles. These crocodiles are not friendly at all. They are huge and have sharp teeth that might scare you. If you're thinking of swimming in the lake, you should reconsider. These crocodiles are serious and don't like to share their space. It's like their own private place, and they are not welcoming. But if you're feeling brave and want to see it for yourself, be careful. The crocs might look interesting from a distance, but it's not a good idea to get too close. It might be fun until someone becomes their lunch. Hippo family. It might look peaceful, but it's not safe for swimming. In this lake, there are wild hippos, not like the ones you see in the zoo. These hippos are untamed, and they have strong jaws that can crush a coconut. They are very aggressive, like playing a risky game. Each year, around 500 people have bad encounters with hippos. So, if you want to stay safe, stay away from the water. Lake Hiller. Lake Hiller is a strange and unique place. Something unusual is happening there. The lake looks like it might be dangerous. It's on Middle Island's coast and is about 2,000 meters long. The water is a bright pink color, almost too perfect to be real, but it is real. The color comes from a special mix of red bacteria and algae, tiny living things. These microorganisms can survive in tough places on Earth. They have pigments called carotenoids that thrive in salty areas, and they make a red color. Although the water looks like a yummy strawberry milkshake, it's best to just look at it. Eating or drinking a lot of it might not be good for you. So, if influencers want to take pictures at Lake Hiller, remember it's a treat for your eyes, not your stomach. Lake Netron. In Tanzania, there's a lake called Netron that's really strange. It's like something from a story or a legend. The lake turns people and birds into weird, stone-like statues. This isn't a made-up tale. It's true. The hot sun makes most of the water disappear, leaving behind salt and minerals. This mix is dangerous for birds, covering them in salt crystals and turning them into statues. The lake's pH levels are like really strong bleach. Swimming in it is like swimming in acid. It's not something you want to do. So, Lake Natron is not a friendly place. Prismatic Spring. Prismatic Spring is a big and beautiful hot spring in Yellowstone Park. It's like a huge, colorful painting with circles of blue, green, yellow, and orange. But it's not just pretty, it's dangerous too. The water is really, really hot, up to 189 degrees Fahrenheit, enough to cause serious burns. In 2016, a bad thing happened when a tourist named Colin Scott fell into the spring and didn't come back. He and his sister went off the trail and he slipped into the hot water. So, even though hot tubs are nice, it's safer to stick to the regular ones and not go into lakes with hot springs. Rio Tinto Lake, Spain. People changed Rio Tinto Lake in Spain a lot. It used to be a clean river, but now humans made it red. They call it Red River. It's like a story with dragons, but instead, it's about pollution. Even though it looks interesting, it's dangerous to go close to it. The water has harmful stuff from mining nearby. It's so strong that it could dissolve things. Luckily, no one tried that. So, let's just enjoy looking at it from far away. Acid Lake. Acid Lake is like a science experiment in nature, right in the middle of Indonesia. It's in the Kawayan crater, which is like a big hole in the ground, 2 kilometers wide and 170 meters deep. It's not a normal pretty lake though. Instead, it's a dangerous pit full of liquid sulfur. The sulfur comes from the smoke in the vent nearby, making it like a scary chemistry lab. Picture this. Fumes filled with sulfur that can hurt your throat, like a super hot spring. The liquid sulfur turns into a solid yellow mass when it cools down a bit, and it's so strong that it can dissolve almost anything with its acidity. This lake is not a calm, scenic place. It's a crazy, fiery pit. Berkeley Pit. The Berkeley Pit in Butte City, Montana, is a really big hole in the ground. It's not like a normal lake. It looks like something from a scary movie, but it's actually real. The water in the pit is not safe. It has a red color and is filled with dangerous stuff like cadmium, arsenic, zinc, lead, and copper. It used to be a copper mine, which is why it looks so strange. We suggest you stay away from this pit because it's not safe. The water can harm you, and in 2016, many geese died after a snowstorm forced them into the pit. So, it's best to avoid going near it. Eagle's Nest. Eagle's Nest is a dangerous place. In October, 2 divers died there. It might look nice along the Florida coast, but it's not safe. The water seems clear, but it can turn really dark because of plants. When you dive in, it's like going into a different world with caves and tunnels underwater. Some people find it exciting, but it's not for everyone. Since 1981, at least 13 people have died there. So, it's better to stay away unless you're really brave, which most of us aren't. Strucker Geyser. The Strucker Geyser is near the Subin Vita River. It looks harmless, but every 10 minutes, it shoots hot water and steam really high up, like a slingshot. But here's the important part. It's not like other geysers. The water is super hot, almost 464 degrees Fahrenheit, and the jets reach 130 feet high. Jumping in would be very dangerous. It's like choosing between being boiled alive or falling from a 10-story building. So, if you're feeling adventurous, decide if you want to stay safe or take a risky jump. Just remember, I warned you. Radioactive Lake. This lake is very dangerous. Just being near it for an hour could be very bad for you. It's the most radioactive place on Earth. Normally, the radiation level is 0.02, but near the lake, it goes up to 1.0, which is more than 2.5 times worse than Chernobyl. This lake is not like other lakes. It was formed by a nuclear explosion in the Soviet Union, and they used to dump nuclear waste here. In the 1980s, they tried to stop its danger by filling it with concrete, but it was too late. A drought in 1966 spread its toxic dust, harming over 40,000 people. Stay away from this place, my friends. It's very risky. And there you have it, folks. If you're brave enough to explore these places, make sure you're ready for a seriously scary experience. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay spooky and stay safe.